Hey guys, hello my YouTube family, how are you? Long time no see. I know it's been a few years. I'd just been living a comfortable life. Of course though, you know me, I had to go mix it up and get ready for a new adventure. So here we are. I purchased 20 acres in Southern California. I bought my land April 2023, and don't worry, I'm gonna catch you up on everything. My vision for this space, why this area, how you can come out here, and the projects I've already completed. But I'm most excited about launching off with you on this new do-it-yourself land developer journey. I wanted to take you behind the scenes into what I do most weekends, most every weekend. It's just after 7 on a Saturday morning, and usually Saturday and Sundays I wake up about 6:30, get myself together, get some food and snacks together, and drive 1 hour and 20 minutes, 1 hour and 30 minutes to my land, which is just east of Temecula in Southern California. And yeah, it gets a bit expensive with gas. I just filled up on gas, $112, and that usually lasts me about 2.5 trips. I've been building this fence along with one hired worker the past 2.5 months. Could not do it without Chris. The total fence length is about 730 feet, and this should be our last weekend. We're gonna install some final rails today and then measure the tops of the posts to cut. To be honest, I started this video diving deep, telling you all about my last 1.5 years, the hardest season in my life, how the biotech startup whose visual storytelling and content identity I created suddenly went under, and now I've applied to at least 100 jobs, only to relentlessly question what is so wrong with me every time I receive a rejection email. Well, I watched that story back and I was like, ew, I am not this story. I am capable. Why am I repeating this story? It only makes it more real and last longer. Of course, I want you to learn from my life lessons and seasons to guide anyone else out of this survival mode. But we're done with that story. We're relaunching this channel for a clean slate and new chapter together. So I deleted everything and I rewrote this. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. That's the phrase my intuition and I believe my higher power just keep reminding me. I keep writing it in my journal. So I show up. I show up to my land and I keep investing in my 20 acres, my time, my projects, even my 401k. Now, this is the part that's tricky. I've been expecting some reward that will be immediate, like a new job or income to pay for this land. But investment is a long-term process, and my return is what no money nor job could ever give me. My land is saving me. My land is saving my life. My land teaches me new skills. My land gives my idle mind, idle hands something to do. It gets me out into nature, and my creative and motivational juice is flowing again. In no way am I telling you to go buy 20 acres to feel like yourself again. But you could sign up for whatever you have been avoiding, whatever can get you off your phone, out of your house, out of your thoughts, and into the world, especially out in nature, into sun. Invest in yourself. As we built this fence, I would walk over to this side and look out at this view and just be like, this is the most perfect view. This is the most perfect little area. It's a flat knoll for an outdoor dining space. So I told my neighbor, Tim, and he's gonna come over and clear the area. Tim is my hero neighbor, Tim and his wife, Karen. Tim is a licensed land surveyor. He owns Progressive Land Surveying in Temecula, so he loves his heavy machinery. He'll just come over and push dirt, move cacti, mark my property lines, let me borrow tools. Without Tim, this project could not start, and I would have to go buy all the tools I needed to build my fence. So thank you, Tim and Karen, for all of your hand in developing my land. Mark, set, go. morning. It is round 2, Sunday morning. So glad you could be on a full weekend with me of driving to and from the land and then working. So I think this is going to be the last day of building the fence. It's really exciting. Today we're cutting off the tops of the posts, at least the excess. Some of these posts we were only able to get into the ground about a foot because of the granite boulders. So I'm not just taking my measuring tape and saying, okay, what's the number from the top of the rail to the top of the posts, and then cutting that on every single post. What I'm doing is I'm taking it in sections, matching the posts within that section. Do all those look about the same height, or is there an outlier? Okay, cut the outlier. I don't need my tape measure or anything, we already marked it all. This feels weird. Feels like I don't have enough things or something. Right. I shared my step-by-step process of building this fence on Instagram, and I just kept reading this comment and message. Why in the world would you build a 730 plus foot fence? That's a massive fence. One person said you could use that lumber for a tiny home, and yeah, they're right. I could have. But here is the backstory and history you must know about. Native Americans used to live here. Cattle ranchers used to run cattle through here. But my 20 acres has remained a raw, undeveloped parcel its whole life. I bought it April 2023 from a Canadian couple that bought it when I was 2 years old in 1989. They never did anything with it. This area is popular for motocross, Jeep rock crawlers, UTVs, ATVs, hunting, as the valley is a mix of trails, open space, rural or county land, and private parcels. But many parcels are undeveloped, so riders and hunters just feel they have free range. Well, my land backs up to open space rural and sits in between trail systems. So I would be out here working and just blatantly watch people cut through my property. I put up barbed wire and T-post. I have a locked front entry gate, no trespassing signs, and they would still come through. I would find tire marks, burnout marks. And so that story mixed with nature's elements, the wind, the wildfire possibilities, and then wildlife are all reasons I secured each 4x6 post with a half bag of concrete. I screwed the 8-foot rails into brackets with a non-strip flathead screw, and I spaced the rails for the ability to give me a third rail in the future. I built this fence to establish a boundary, to say, hey, this is my private property. I've spent years of my money saving to buy, and if you cross this line, you're obviously trespassing. I'm making this my home now, my orchard, my retreat, and I want to protect my land and my materials. So you might ask, well, why did you go with a split rail wood fence? You know, my neighbors do think I'm crazy. They tell me you should have gone with chain link. It creates a barrier and is wildfire resistant. And they're correct. I just like more natural materials. Wildlife can go in and out. The fence actually makes my property feel like an actual property. Before it felt like vast open space, and now it feels cohesive. And my dad even mentioned, you know, whatever you paid for the lumber, you can times that by 5, and that's the value you added. Well, it says that was the last one. It's done. The generator spoke. I can't believe I'm saying this right now. We just finished building the fence. What? I built that thing. It looks so good. I love it so much. I just can't believe, like, we worked almost every Saturday, Sunday, sun up to sundown. And I built that. I built that with my own 2 hands. I can really see how my land is pushing me to my next chapter, and I am so grateful. I'm so grateful. But I think my 30-minute break is coming to an end because I see Tim and Karen coming over to help with the next project. Let's go.
Let's go with the mama.
Ziggy, let's go. Come on. Yeah, come on. Come on. Zig. Okay, well, I'll have you walk along it again then. I like to think Ziggy and I are just two kids from Oklahoma making it here out west. March 2024, my mom went to the Claremore, Oklahoma animal shelter, walked by a kennel and immediately said, "That's the dog. I'll take him." The staff told her, "He's only been here a week. We don't really know anything about him." She said, "I don't care. I'll take him. Take my money. Where do I sign?" Let's go. Come on. Ziggy, come on. Okay, then Sissy will be right back. Yeah, that's what I thought.
There we go.
Good boy. My mom named him Ziggy because he zigzagged in front of her on his leash the first few days. And see, for the last 3 years, I had a clear vision. I wanted a smaller Australian cattle dog or Australian shepherd. I just knew that I wanted to live this life with him off leash walks together, playing on the beach, exploring life. But since I had never had a dog, it wasn't a decision I was rushing into. I just casually looked. But my mom says, Ziggy is meant for you. You are meant for him. He is the only person that can keep up with you. He's always down for the adventure and wakes up like, where are we going? What are we doing? I'm ready. He loves the land. He is learning to watch out for cacti and nibble it out of his paw. Of course, I come in with tweezers and get out the cacti. But his favorite thing is to play King of the Boulders. Hey, Zig. Ziggy would rather herd the ATV than sit inside it. And maybe one day I can get him animals of his own to herd. Because guess what? My mom intuitively knew Ziggy was the one, and she was accurate. Mom, if you're watching this, fast forward because his DNA results are your birthday present. Ziggy is half Australian cattle dog, almost half Australian shepherd, and the rest miniature American shepherd.
This used to be a cattle ranch. And within the cattle ranch, they would cross fence to contain the cattle. When they cross fenced, they used barbed wire, like you have here, wrapped around a rock. Like they were anchoring that fence line to cross fence maybe this area. It's definitely wrapped around this rock. Look. That was a cowboy that did that. Nobody else was doing that.
Tim and Karen just got here and we're gonna visualize this outdoor space. We're gonna visualize it using a tarp. It's my most valuable tool for under $20. I'm such a person that has to see it. It has to be tangible for me to make an accurate decision. So we place the tarp out, we move it around, position it. It allows us to see how the space flows. If there is enough space between the pergolas, the dining table, the outdoor kitchen. What do you think? Should we be facing the sunset during an outdoor dinner, or should we have the sunset at our side? The relentless grit to make something work, that's what this land teaches me. This work is a process. I typically have such tunnel vision, such clarity of my vision, so I want everything to fall into place and I want it to happen now and I want it to be delivered. But no matter how fast I want to go, I am learning to surrender to the process. That's what my land teaches me. And a side lesson for everyone out there, keep your income diversified and don't let go of your side business. An idea I've been kicking around in my head is opening up my land to you, allowing you to come out, work alongside me, whether it's the pergola, the shed, the fence, whatever the project is we're working on. Of course, it's manual labor, but it allows another person to learn a new skill, get out of their mind, work with their hands. And the land that's saving me hopefully can save someone else. Let me know how you feel about that in the comments below if you would be interested. On the next episode, we're going to be leveling dirt for the outdoor dining area. So, see you then.